Welcome to Somerville Highlander Baseball on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon, and today at Trum Field, the Medford Mustangs come in to face the Highlanders in GBL action. As we will have Colin Bourne on the mound for the Highlanders, looking for his third straight win, as he is 2-0 on the season. Starter for the Mustangs will be Travers Moody. He is getting his third start of the year. He has no decisions on the year. He started against Woburn and Lynn Classical. Had a nice outing against Lynn Classical. The Highlanders sitting atop the GBL as we are right here. They are overall 9-3, 7-1 in the GBL in first place. They are also ranked number 30 in the most recent MIAA Division II rankings. So a win today will get the Highlanders a 10th victory on the season, which will guarantee them a playoff spot. But heck, their rating right now is 30. So they would be in the playoffs anyway. But that's something down the line, of course, because we are not even a quarter of the way through the season. Of course, Somerville in first place in the GBL. Medford finds themselves in third place in the GBL. 5-6 overall, 5-3 in the GBL. Highlanders looking for a sweep of the Mustangs, as they were able to take out the Mustangs 3-1 earlier this season at Morelli Field in Melrose. And we will be underway in a moment as Justin Marino will settle in to face off against the righty Colin Bourne. It will be Marino, Mangan, and Gigas for the Mustangs here in the top of the first, and we are underway here from Trum Field. First pitch in there to Marino, down low, ball one. Mentioned that Bourne coming off 2 straight wins, 5 innings of work in both of those wins against Cambridge as well as Lynn English. Struck out 7 in both of those outings. As that one, fastball inside, fouled off the handle by Marino. Marino, 280 batting average on the season. In 32 plate appearances, he has 7 RBIs, 6 runs scored. One offering. Took a little bit off that one. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Marino. Colin, basic 3 pitches. You've got your fastball, you've got your curveball, got your changeup. As Colin has rounded into form throughout this season. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Strike 3. And one away here in the top half of the first inning for the Highlanders. That will bring Karsten Mangan up to the plate. Mangan batting .400 on the season. 8 hits in 25 plate appearances. Two teams matched up earlier this year. 3-1 was the Highlander victory. John Wright took the loss for the Mustangs. Curveball in there, called strike 1. Ian Bourne got the win in that 3-1 victory. So the Highlanders looking for the sweep of the Mustangs this season. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on the curve. It's Mangan out ahead. No balls, 2 strikes now the count. That's a chopper over towards third, taken on the short hop by Tucker Cowley, fired across the infield, and that will be the 5-3 putout for the second out of the inning. A really good play there by Tucker Cowley as he played that backhand off the short hop. Really been talking about the defense of the Highlanders on the left-hand side of the infield. Tucker Cowley on the hot corner, really providing great defense for the Highlanders. 2 away. As Alexander Gigas steps in. Fastball in there, called strike 1 to Gigas. Gigas struggling so far this year, batting below 100. lays off the curveball that was outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Giagas. 2 away here, top half of the first inning. Highlanders looking to win their way to the playoffs as that chopper goes foul on the third base side. Moves the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Timeout granted by the home plate umpire as Giagas steps out. John Lombardo waits on deck if Giagas can get on base. Curveball in the dirt. Ball 2, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Giagas. Left that changeup up high, runs the count full now. 2 away here, top half of the first inning. Highlanders and Mustangs from Trum Field. Highlanders looking to secure a playoff spot in Division II. And that's going to be up high. Left the curve up high, ball 4, so the walk. We'll get Giagas to first, that'll bring Lombardo up. Lombardo, the best offensive threat in the lineup, batting .435 in the season. 10 hits in 29 plate appearances, 6 RBIs. Giagas leads away from first. Bourne will check him there. He's out to the cutoff. Fastball catches the outside to Lombardo for strike 1 as Bourne gets ahead of him. Important at bat here is Lombardo, as I noted, very strong offensive player for the Mustangs. The best offensive stats up and down the lineup for Lombardo. As that one's lined down the line in right field, going to go foul. No balls, 2 strikes now the count to Lombardo. Runner at first is Alexander Giagas. He walked. 2 away here, top half of the first. No balls, 2 strikes the count as Bourne will kick and deliver. Fastball stays down low into the dirt. Ball 1, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Lombardo as Lombardo lays off that. Bourne checks the runner at first. Curveball stays up high and inside to Lombardo. Just couldn't quite catch the inside of the strike zone. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bourne being cautious with Lombardo. Batting .438 on the season. Fires over to first, and they've got Giagas as he was leaning the wrong way. The pickoff 1-3, and that will do it. As the Highlanders out of the first, no damage done. They will be up in the bottom of the first, top of the order. It will be Ian Bourne leading things off here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field as the Highlanders about to get underway offensively here in the bottom half of the first inning. They will face off against Travers Moody. Moody making his 3rd start of the season. It will be Bourne, Callie, and Ardolino. And Bourne right off the bat rips it into center field as that will be played out there by Mangan. Ian Bourne getting things underway on the first pitch with a single. That'll bring up Tucker Callie. Callie has been hot recently. Had 4 runs, 3 stolen bases in the Highlander win against Lynn English. Of course, Bourne has been very hot, had 3 RBIs in the Highlanders win against Winchester this past week. As the offering from Moody catches the inside for strike 1 to Callie. Highlanders got the leadoff man on. Ian Bourne lined one into center. Good contact. Tucker Cowley looking to make something happen here. Chops that one foul. Third base side out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Cowley. He fires over to first, Bourne back safely. Moody got the start against Lynn Classical. It was an 8-7 victory for Medford. As Bourne is away, and that hit Cowley on the inside of the leg. So on the hit by pitch, the Highlanders have 2 on, nobody out. Preston Ardolino coming to the plate. Ardolino, the young freshman shortstop for the Highlanders. He's been quite an offensive power as well this season for them. Bourne leads away from second. Curveball gets in there for strike 1 to Ardolino. First time the Highlanders have seen Travers Moody this season. As I noted, he started against Woburn and Lynn Classical. As that one outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Ardolino. Highlanders have 2 on, nobody out. Bottom of the first, Highlanders trying to get things going early and get scoring early as Tucker Cowley is back safely on the throw. Moody looking for the pickoff. Highlanders love to be active on the base paths. Stole 11 bases against Lynn English in that victory. 1-1 offering to Ardolino. Swing and a miss. Took a little bit off that with the curveball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Preston. Nobody out here. Bottom half of the first inning. Highlanders looking to get on the board. That fastball left high and outside. Evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Preston. Moody checks second, fires it, grounder to the third, stepping back to make the play is right. He will get to third in time and get the force out. 1 away here. On the 5 unassisted force out. Everybody moves up. Cowley moves to second. Ardolino at first. Robbie Larkin will come to the plate. Larkin, big game against Lynn English as well. He had 5 stolen bases, 2 hits in that game as well did Robbie. 1 away now. Highlanders still runners on first and second. Ardolino a healthy lead at first. Pitch in there to Larkin, called strike 1. Highlanders taking first pitches from Moody to start this game off, getting a feel for his velocity, getting a feel for the movement that he has as well. Larkin the lefty versus the righty, Moody. Curveball. Robbie swings and misses, pulled his head out early on that one. No balls, 2 strikes, now the count. Highlanders 2 runners on, got the first 2 base hitters on base, and back, and they are going to get Ardolino. Another pickoff, this time for the Mustangs as they get Ardolino leaning. Excellent play there by Rocco Pucci as he snuck in behind Ardolino and was able to get the out. Now 2 away, runner at second. Robbie Larkin down 0-2 in the count. Fastball left up high, 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Larkin. Tucker Cowley is away from second. Pitch is fouled back into the screen, so Cowley will head back to second. Highlanders got the first 2 runners on here in the inning. As Moody trying to work around that, he got Ian Bourne on a fielder's choice, forced out at third and picked off Ardolino at first. Looking to take care of Larkin, up 1-2 in the count now. As he looks back, Tucker Calley at second. Swing and a miss by Robbie Larkin. Great job there by Travers Moody as he gets out of the two-runner situation. No damage done. We're scoreless going to the second here from Trum Field on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field, numbers 4, 5, and 6 in the Mustangs order. Lombardo, Pucci, and Wright facing off against Colin Bourne. Bourne got the pickoff of Gigas to end the first. So he had already had 4 pitches to Lombardo, but Lombardo clean slate now as he comes up leading off the second. As I noted, Lombardo, a very, very dangerous hitter, batting .438 on the season. That curveball down in the dirt. Ball 1, 1 ball, no strikes. Now the count to John Lombardo. Bourne hits him there as he came inside with the fastball. So Lombardo on first with a hit by pitch. That will bring up Rocco Pucci. Pucci, a junior. Only his 5th start of the season. Lombardo seems fine. Lombardo 1 stolen base on the season. He will lead away from first, nobody out. Medford has a runner on first. As Bourne dealing with Pucci now. Pucci squared around a bunt for a moment. Throw comes down from Larkin to Bourne. Lombardo back in time. Pitch was up high, it was a ball to Pucci. Bourne checking the runner at first. Fires over. Lombardo back safely. Fastball fouled back into the screen by Pucci. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Highlanders got the first 2 men on in the bottom of the first. Came up empty. There's a pickoff, a fielder's choice, and a strikeout. Got the Mustangs out of the inning. As that's a soft chopper down to first. Ian, unable to make the play cleanly, fires it over though. Nice job by Griffin coming over and covering second, and they're able to get Pucci. Three to 4 put out. As Bourne had to charge in on that one, stuck with it. Great job at second base as Dan Griffin came over to cover first. They were able to get Pucci as Lombardo moves to second. That'll bring up John Wright. That pitch is a ball to Wright. 1 ball, no strikes now to John Wright. Runner at second for Medford, 1 away here in the top of the second. That's a fastball, line to Ardolino, who will get it, and just barely back in time is Lombardo. As the line out taken by Preston Ardolino at shortstop, was not quite able to get over there in time as Lombardo dives back just in time, 2 away. That'll bring up Ryan Slowey, the right fielder for Medford. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Slowey. Slowey banged .357 on the season in 15 plate appearances. Curveball left outside that time. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike to Slowey. Medford got the leadoff man on as Lombardo was hit by the pitch. Moved to second on a soft ground ball that Ian Bourne fielded and tossed over to Dan Griffin. Fastball fouled back into the screen by Slowey. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count. Two away here in the top half of the second inning. Highlanders and Mustangs GBL action here. Highlanders looking to secure a playoff spot with a victory. As Bourne with the changeup. Slowey just barely able to get a little bit of that one. Staying alive, 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count remains. Lombardo only 1 stolen base on the season. Not a huge threat at second. Bourne will check him though. Fastball left outside and high, evens the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Slowey. Two-two offering, fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and that will do it for the Mustangs in the second inning. They leave 1 stranded. We're tied at 0s as we move to the bottom of the second inning. We are back here at Trum Field. Highlanders coming up in the bottom half of the second inning. They will have numbers 5, 6, and 7. Bourne, Barish, and Brown coming to the plate to face off against Travers Moody. Highlanders very deliberate in their at-bats, never having seen Moody at all this year. They've been taking the first pitch. Moody's been able to get ahead in those counts. Highlanders got the first 2 runners on back in the first inning as that's fouled over third base side. It's going to get out of play onto the street. 0-1 now the count to Colin Bourne. Bourne looking to help himself out. Pitcher today for the Highlanders, looking for his 3rd straight victory. He beat Cambridge and Lynn English in his most recent starts. Change-up, grounded towards short, fielded there by Marino, fired across, and they're able to get Bourne on the 6-3 putout. And that'll bring up Max Barish. Barish starting in left today for the Highlanders. Max will play left or right sometimes, or left or center sometimes. Tom Griffin getting the start in center for the Highlanders today, as that first offering is a ball down low from Moody. 1 ball, no strikes now the count. 1 away here. Bottom of the first as the fastball is up high to Barish. 2-0 now the count. So that one catches the inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Max Barish. Highlanders got those 2 runners on to lead off the first. Left stranded though, left 1 stranded, a pickoff as well. Was able to get Preston Ardolino at first. 2-2 now. Barish swings and misses. Strikeout for Moody. His 2nd of the game. That'll bring Noah Brown to the plate, the right fielder for the Highlanders. That's a line shot just over into left field. Good job of hitting there by Noah Brown. Takes the first pitch, takes the rip at it, gets the single. Both Highlander hits coming off of first pitch rips. That'll bring up Dan Griffin with Brown now at first. Brown leads away. Moody fires over. Brown back in time. Highlanders love to run. Ran Lynn English right off the field with 11 stolen bases in that game in the 9-3 win. That game, of course, available here on Somerville Ed TV. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, check out all of the Highlander sports that we have available for you here on Somerville Ed TV. We've got boys volleyball, we've got softball, we've got baseball, we've got both boys and girls lacrosse as well. Here in the spring, as that pitch down low for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes now the count to Dan Griffin. Griffin, an excellent defensive play in the top half of this inning, as he, in a very heady manner, as he looks at ball 3, very heady manner, covered first base as Ian Bourne was making the play on a soft grounder and was able to be over there in enough time to get the out, and he will take the walk there on 4 straight pitches. So the Highlanders once again have 2 runners on, this time with 2 outs, as number 9 hitter Tom Griffin will come to the plate. Highlanders have Brown at second. He singled into left. Griffin at first. He walked. That pitch left up high. Ball 1. 5 straight balls now offered by Travis Moody. Ian Bourne stands in the on-deck circle. There's 2 away. Moody wants to take care of business against Griffin. He doesn't want to see Bourne up there. That'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike on the called strike. 2 away here. Bottom half of the first. Scoreless tie. Highlanders once again with 2 runners on. As the changeup fouled, spins back for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now the count to Tom Griffin. As I noted, Travers Moody wants to get Griffin out. Does not want Ian Bourne coming to the plate with runners on base. Number 23 already. He's seen 1 pitch. He's got 1 hit. And he stands on deck. The 1-2 offering to Griffin. It's a line shot. Taken at second base by Gigas. Fires it over to first, and he gets it with the 4-3 putout. Once again, Highlanders leave a few on. Moody able to work around it. We're tied at 0s as we move to the 3rd here from Trum on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field, as it will be numbers 8, 9, and 1 going up against Colin Bourne. Scoreless tie here in the top of the 3rd as Joseph D'Orazio steps in. D'Orazio, the catcher for Medford, looks at a ball on the first offering. Both teams have had base runners. Both teams have been able to force any across. Swing and a miss there from D'Orazio. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a pop-up. Shortstop side. Preston Ardolino back into the outfield grass, able to make the play. Talked about it all year. The left-hand side of this Highlander infield defensively has been very, very solid. You see another solid play there as Ardolino showing his range. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Michael Piccolo. One away here, top of the 3rd, scoreless tie. Chopper that time. Ends up a slow grounder here to second. Griffin fires over to first, and that will do it. 2 away here. Turns the lineup over to Justin Marino, who struck out 0 for 1 in the day. Starts him off with a changeup, left that a little bit up high. 1 ball, no strikes to Marino. Marino, excellent, able table setter, but also an RBI threat as well sometimes. He had 3 hits, 4 RBIs against Everett earlier this year in a win. That pitch down in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes now to Marino. Two away here. Top of the 3rd inning, scoreless tie, Mustangs versus Highlanders. The fastball swing and a miss by Marino. You could hear the pop in the glove there. Robbie Larkin taking care of matters behind the plate for the Highlanders. Graham Ross still out. So he will hopefully be back soon from his planned medical procedure. The ball left outside on that curveball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Marino. Mustangs have had a base runner in each inning of the first 2. That one's popped, skied high. Bourne coming over to make the play next to the Medford dugout, and he does. That's the first 1-2-3 inning of the day for the Highlanders. We remain tied at 0 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd here from Trum on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field on Somerville Ed TV. It'll be the top of the Highlanders lineup here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Before we get to that, as Bourne steps up to the plate, don't forget here on Somerville Ed TV, we have so much going on this spring. I mentioned all the sports we have. We also have Somerville High School graduation as well as Class Day. We're going to have full circle graduation, scale graduation, CTE awards night, as well as 8th grade moving on ceremonies from all of the middle schools and spring concerts from all of the middle schools. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, mash those buttons, get our subscribers up. We really appreciate it. Thank you for watching at home. While I was doing that little commercial there, the count went even. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ian Bourne. It was nice of Ian to not swing at the first pitch this time, as he got a hit last time swinging at the first pitch. This is a high fly ball out into right. Settling underneath it is Ryan Slowey. And Bourne goes down with the fly out. That'll bring up Tucker Calley. Calley was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Left stranded at second in that inning. Calley has been very strong offensively for the Highlanders. So he watches the strike catch the outside there. No balls and a strike to Tucker. Travers Moody settling in on the mound for the Mustangs, as that one's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. Moody settling in out on the mound. He's had traffic in all innings. Highlanders have had 2 runners on in both the first and the second inning, not able to do anything with it. That's a grounder towards short, taken there by Marino. He fires across and he gets the out. 6-3 is your put out. 2 outs now as Preston Ardolino will come up. Ardolino reached first on a fielder's choice. He is 0 for 1 on the day, and then he was picked off of first base back in the first inning. 2 away here, bottom of the 3rd, scoreless tie from Trum. As the curveball gets by right at 3rd, and Ardolino's on with the single down the line. Good job hitting there once again. First pitch swinging by the Highlanders, resulting in a hit. That'll bring up Robbie Larkin. Larkin struck out swinging to end the first. Again, the Highlanders some traffic on the base paths. As Moody fires over, Ardolino was picked off back in the first inning. Looking for a repeat there as Moody did not get it. Pucci now holding him on. Back in the first, Pucci was not holding him on. He snuck in behind him. As Ardolino's away, throw down. They're going to get Preston. Great throw by catcher Joe Orazio. As Orazio was able to blow him down at second, and that will do it for the Highlanders here in the 3rd. We'll move to the top half of the 4th inning, tied up at 0s here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field. Scoreless tie as we move to the top half of the 4th inning. It's numbers 2, 3, and 4 for the Mustangs. Mangan, Gigas, and Lombardo. As Mangan steps in, he grounded out to 3rd. Great play by Tucker Calley, playing a backhand on the short hop as he was able to get the out on Mangan. Fastball in there, called strike 1 against Mangan. So Mangan 0-1 on the day. 39 pitches thus far in the game by Colin Bourne. Very efficient. Curveball stays inside. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. As I mentioned, Bourne winning his last 2 starts against Cambridge and Lynn English. He went 5 innings in both of those, struck out 7 in both of those games. Fastball fouled back into the screen by Mangan. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count. That pitch down in the dirt. Mangan holds off, evens the count, 2-2. Third inning was the first 1-2-3 inning for either team. Top half of the third was. Highlanders would love to get another 1-2-3. They have Lombardo sitting in the hole right now. He's the toughest offensive threat the Mustangs have. Bourne would love to keep the bases clear before he gets up. 2-2 offering from Bourne. It's a chopper towards third. Callie cleans it, fields it cleanly, but fires it too high. Going to be an E6 there on the throw, or E5 I should say, on the throw. Tucker got that fielded very, very cleanly, just airmailed the offering to first. So again, Medford has the leadoff man on. Got the leadoff man on back in the second as well. Bourne fires over. Bourne applies the tag. Mangan back in time. Alexander Gigas is up. Gigas walked back in the first. The only walk granted so far by Colin Bourne. He was picked off of first to end that first inning. Gigas looking to bunt, fouls it back into the screen for strike 1. Medford, the leadoff man, on first here. Scoreless tie, top half of the 4th inning. Mangan leads away from first. Bourne fires over. Mangan back in time. Again, Mangan away. Colin Bourne checking him out. Count to Gigas is 0-1. 0-1 offering, bunted. Larkin out from behind first, out behind home, fires down to first. Bourne couldn't squeeze the low throw. Everybody's safe as Mangan stands at second. Gigas stands at first. We're going to go with an E3. We're going to ding Ian with that one, and that brings up Lombardo with 2 runners on. Lombardo ended up leading off the second. That's what the Highlanders want him to do. He's the most dire offensive threat in the Mustang lineup. He's up with nobody out and 2 on. Swing and a miss at the changeup. Bourne had him out ahead of that one. Lombardo was hit by a pitch, was stranded at second, back in the second inning. As that one down low. Ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Lombardo. Mustangs something going here as they've got runners on first and second, nobody out. Top of the 4th inning of a scoreless tie. Fastball left up high. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike to John Lombardo. Lombardo, team leader in batting average and RBIs. He's got Mangan at second, Gigas at first. Bourne kicks and delivers. That's a pop-up coming over our way. It's going to get out of play. Evens the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Here's the offering. Curveball is outside. Ball 3 as the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Lombardo. Second full count of the game for Colin Bourne. Mustangs with the runners on first and second, nobody out here. Looking to strike first. Changeup gets Lombardo as he was out ahead of it. Swings and misses. One away here. That'll bring up Rocco Pucci. Pucci 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out a very soft ground ball. Ian Bourne misplayed it initially, was able to stick with it, fired it over to first as Griffin came over to from second to cover first to get Pucci. One away now, runners on first and second. Pucci with a line shot, that gets out into right field. Brown lets it get over his glove. Pucci could get caught there, and he does at second. As the relay throw came in from Brown to Griffin. Griffin got it to Ardolino. Pucci was out at second. Run did come in to score as Mangan came across. So the RBI single for Pucci. Out trying to extend it to a double. That'll bring up John Wright. He lined out to shortstop. Back in the second, runner on third is Giagas. Mustangs striking first as they lead 1-0 now. Top half of the fourth, 2 away. Swing and a miss for Wright. 1 ball, 1 strike. 9, 4, 6. One fastball down low. Wright went fishing, came up empty. 1-2 now the count. Medford striking first, getting the 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Pucci. Do a bit more damage with Giagas at third, but Wright's got to get the bat working for him. That pitch outside on the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes now the count. Colin Bourne looking to get out of this situation with minimum damage. Checks Giagas at third. Change up, hit towards short. Well handled there by Ardolino, and that will do it, but not before the Mustangs got pay dirt with a run. 1-0. The Mustang lead as we move to the bottom half of the fourth inning here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field as the Mustangs have the 1-0 lead. We move to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Highlanders looking to answer back with numbers 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. Robbie Larkin, Colin Bourne, and Max Barish as Larkin settles in to face off against Travers Moody. Larkin looks at ball 1. Larkin struck out, swinging back to end the first. As that pitch in there for called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Robbie Larkin. Moody has worked around traffic and done an excellent job of it. Takes a little bit off there, gets Larkin out in front of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Moody has been quite efficient as well. That one popped back into the screen by Larkin. .37 pitches for Moody coming into this inning. So that fastball, Larkin reaches out for it, grounds it to short. Marino charging in, fumbles it a bit, fires it across the diamond too late as Robbie Larkin will be on. We're going to call that the E6, hang one on Marino. Highlanders allowed an unearned run to the Mustangs. Highlanders would like to get one of them back, and Colin Bourne comes up. Larkin fell asleep on the bases. Robbie Larkin is picked off of first as he fell asleep on the bases. The 1-3 pickoff, so the threat nullified immediately. Heads up by Moody and Pucci. 1 away here, bottom of the fourth. Colin Bourne up to the plate now. He grounded out to short back in the second inning. High pop up by Bourne, third base side, drifting over is right. It's going to get out of play. 0-1 the count now. Highlanders had a great opportunity there, but with the leadoff man on, but Robbie Larkin just falling asleep on the base paths. Heady play by Moody and Pucci. Second time a heady play by those two has resulted in a Highlander out. Colin Bourne, swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes, now the count. So the clouds have come to Trum Field. No rain in the forecast, though, as that one left outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now the count to Bourne. Highlanders down by a run, 1-0, as Medford got an unearned run in the top half of this inning. That one left just outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Colin Bourne. Moody delivers. It's a chopper towards third. Marino actually will play it. Marino fires it across, and they're able to get Bourne. Bourne down on the 6-3 twice today. That'll bring up Max Barish. Barish struck out swinging back in the second, 0-for-1 on the day. As Moody has been excellent on the mound. He's allowed a couple base runners. Highlanders have left a few on. He's also nullified some base runners. Some heady play between he and the first baseman, Rocco Pucci, have resulted in 2 Highlander pickoffs, as well as a caught stealing, as that ball left up high for ball 1. So the Highlanders have had an excellent season so far on the base paths. Today, karma has come back to get them, as that fastball left outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Barish. It's 2 away here. Highlanders suffering 2 pickoffs and a caught stealing today. Barish pops that one down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will not, as it gets to the bleachers. Moves the count to 2 balls and a strike. Longtime listeners to Somerville Ed TV know, longtime viewers, I should say, of Somerville Ed TV know my displeasure with running the team out of innings. Highlanders have been excellent this year on the base paths. Today, hopefully just the anomaly. That one fouled back into the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the count to Barish. Two offering with 2 out. Barish, swing. Marino charging in on it, fires across, and he's able to get Barish, as the speedy Barish is taken down by Marino's charge. That will do it for the Highlanders in the bottom half of the 4th inning. We move to the 5th. The Mustangs leading 1-0 here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field on Somerville Ed TV. Highlanders trailing the Mustangs in GBL action 1-0. We move to the top half of the 5th inning, as it is the bottom third of the Mustang lineup. Slowey, D'Orazio, and Piccolo. As Ryan Slowey steps in, he's 0-for-1. He struck out swinging to end the second. That's a line shot right up the middle. Good job of hitting there by Slowey. He leads off the inning with the single. Medford able to get the unearned run across, as the Highlanders committed 2 errors on the first 2 batters in the top half of the 4th inning. Medford able to get Mangan in with a Pucci single. That's how they were able to score that run. As squaring around the bunt is D'Orazio. Slowey is able to take second, as there was no contact with the bat. Ball got past Larkin back to the screen, so now Slowey stands at second. Pitch was a strike, so he did offer at it, as D'Orazio swings and misses, and safe in at third is Ryan Slowey with the stolen base, as Medford now Lots of danger here, looking for an insurance run. They've got it 90 feet away with nobody out. D'Orazio down 0-2 in the count. That's a ground ball towards third. Ardolino will look the runner back. Fire across the diamond. Nice play there by Preston Ardolino, as he was able to hold Slowey at third and then fire it across the diamond. He's gotten 2 outs on the base paths, but made up for one of them right there with a great play. Runner at third remains, though, one away. Piccolo up to the plate, and he's trying to steal home. Caught in the rundown is Slowey. So he's heading back to third. Ardolino runs the tag, and that will do it for Slowey's danger. So 2 away here. So Highlanders able to get Slowey stealing home. Piccolo had squared around. It was a squeeze, no safety to it. Slowey was caught. So nobody on, 2 outs here. Highlanders down by a run still, though, but that insurance run was wiped away. Piccolo down 0-1 now in the count. He hits that one left-hand side of the infield. Ardolino's on top of it, fires it across, but Piccolo showing speed on that slow roller gets the infield single. Danger is not done. Slowey was able to lead off the inning with a single, move to third on a pass ball, and then moved to second on a pass ball, third on a stolen base. Piccolo showing his speed there. Marino now up. Leadoff man getting the opportunity here. Marino, multiple RBIs earlier this season in the win against Everett, 11-5 win against Everett for Medford. So he had 4 RBIs in that game. 1-0 is the count to Marino. Piccolo is away. Marino lifts this one up into left center field. Coming around to get it is Tom Griffin. He settles underneath it, and that will do it for the Medford danger in the top of the 5th. We move to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Highlanders down by a run. Got some work to do here on Somerville TV. We are back here at Trum Field, bottom half of the 5th inning. Highlanders will have the bottom third of the order coming up. Brown, Griffin, and Griffin. Numbers 7, 8, and 9 facing off against Travers Moody. Moody has been tremendous today. He's allowed the leadoff man, 2 leadoff man, basically the first 2 batters on twice this game, but has been able to pitch around it. Large danger for the Highlanders if they can't get a run across here against Moody in this inning, as that one's in there for called strike to Noah Brown. Brown singled into left field and was left stranded at second back in the 2nd inning, 1 for 1 on the day. As that is outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Brown. Highlanders need to generate some runs as number 11, currently 3rd baseman, John Wright, was warming up during Medford's at-bat in the top half of the 5th inning. John Wright, the best pitcher on the Medford staff, might be brought in relief. Swing and a miss there on Noah Brown, as Moody gets his 3rd strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Dan Griffin. Griffin walked back in the 2nd, was left stranded at first base. Back to Wright. Wright currently at 3rd base. He has a 1.08 earned run average, as that's a roller over here towards first. Made the play with my foot. I'm rather proud of myself. That pitch in there for a called strike to Griffin, now down 0-2 in the count. I get the feeling when the top of the Highlanders order comes up again, they may be facing number 11. They have seen John Wright this season. As a swing and a miss by Brown. Another strikeout there for Moody. 2 away here, bottom of the 5th. Tom Griffin will come to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He grounded out to second. Wright is a tremendous pitcher. The Highlanders have faced Wright. They got the win against Wright, a tough luck loss for Wright. First time these two teams met. That pitch is left up high. 3-1 victory for the Highlanders. Ian Bourne got the win. Wright went the complete game. He has 3 complete games this season in his 4 starts. That pitch inside. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Tom Griffin. So the Highlanders do not want to see number 11 get on the mound, especially if they are trailing. That pitch left down low. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Tom Griffin. Highlanders would love to get Griffin on base and give Bourne the opportunity. As that one in there for a called strike. Griffin taking all the way. 1 ball, or 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Tom Griffin. 2 away here. As Moody has struck out the first 2 Highlanders he saw this inning, but he left that outside and is going to walk Tom Griffin. That'll bring up Ian Bourne. Bourne 1 for 2 on the day, singled back in the first, was forced out at third base, and I get the feeling we might see Mr. Wright change up here as we have a meeting on the mound. Number 11, John Wright, currently at third base. We'll see what they decide to do. They're going to leave him in the game is Moody. Let Moody go ahead and face Bourne here. Decision made by Orazio Azzarello, the Medford head coach. He's going to stick with his starter Moody, who has been tremendous today. 2 outs, 1 run game. Ian Bourne at the plate. Curveball down low, ball 1. Runner at first is Tom Griffin. He walked. Highlanders down by a run, but their best offensive player at the plate is Griffin back in time. Moody has picked off 2 Highlanders today. The 1-0 offering, it's a ground ball, shortstop down on the ground, making the play, flips it to second is Alexander Gigas. A great play there at second by Gigas. Gets the runner at second, and that will do it for any Highlander threat there in the 5th. We will go to the top half of the 6th inning. The Mustangs leading this one 1-0 on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field. Highlanders down 1-0. We move to the top half of the 6th inning. It's numbers 2, 3, and 4. Mangan, Gigas, and Lombardo, heart of the order, going up against Colin Bourne. As that pitch left inside for ball 1 to Mangan. Mangan scored the game's lone run. He got on base on a throwing error by third baseman Tucker Calley. Came around to score on the RBI single by Rocco Pucci. Swings and misses the changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Mangan. That's a ground ball, third base. Calley takes it again, fires it across. On target, gets the out. 5-3 put out. Second time that Mangan has grounded out to third. Third time that he's grounded to third. That'll bring up Alexander Gigas. Gigas 0 for 1 on the day. He walked and was picked off of first back to end the first. He reached base on an error by the first baseman Ian Bourne and was stranded at third in the 4th. As he watches ball 1 go by. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the count to Gigas. 1 away here, top of the 6th. Mustangs have the 1-0 lead. So that one's left a little low and outside by Bourne. 2 balls, no strikes. Bourne went 5 innings in his last 2 starts. He has now gone 5 1/3 today. That pitch is inside for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Now the count. Pitch count for Bourne coming into this inning was at 66. As that's in there for called strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Alexander Gigas. Fastball swung on and missed as Bourne takes it full against Gigas. Bourne very efficient today. He's only gone to the full count 3 times to 3 batters, I should say. And curveball gets into the dirt, so a walk there as Gigas works his 2nd walk of the game. That'll bring up John Lombardo. Lombardo 0 for 1 on the day. He was hit by a pitch back in the 2nd, stranded at second base then. Struck out swinging in the 4th. Lombardo, a very dangerous offensive player as they fire over looking to get Gigas. He is back safely. He was picked off back in the 1st inning to end the 1st as Bourne got him leaning the wrong way back then. 1 away here, top of the 6th. Highlanders down by a run. Lombardi looking to add some insurance for the Mustangs. As that pitch down in the dirt outside. Ball 1 to Lombardo. Throwback got away from Bourne for a second. Handled ably though. Bourne checking the runner at first. That's a fly ball out into right field. Noah Brown right where he needs to be to play it. He'll squeeze that one, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up Rocco Pucci. Pucci has the RBI today, as he is 1 for 2 on the day. He grounded out to first back in the 2nd. RBI single out into right field in the 4th inning. He was out trying to stretch that to a double. That pitch down in the dirt gets past Larkin. Gigas is on at 2nd now. So 1 ball, no strikes to Pucci. Runner is now in scoring position for the Mustangs as they look for insurance here with 2 away. Swing and a miss there by Pucci. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bourne checks Gigas at 2nd. Fires it in. It's a grounder towards 3rd. Callie charging in, fires across, makes the play. 5-3 putout, and that will do it for the Mustangs in the 6th. They lead by 1 as we move to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Highlanders still got some work to do here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field. Highlanders versus the Mustangs in GBL action as we move to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Highlanders trailing by a run. They have numbers 2, 3, and 4 coming up to face off against Travers Moody. Moody still on the mound. He's probably has about 65 pitches right now, so no real problem in terms of any fatigue for Moody. He's been very, very efficient in between innings while the Mustangs were on the offense. Their 3rd baseman, John Wright, was warming up. He is the ace of the staff. So he might, or he likely is available to come on in relief as first offering to Tucker Callie outside for ball 1. Callie 0 for 1 on the day. He was hit by a pitch back in the 1st. Left stranded at second base then. He grounded out too short in the 3rd. 2-0 now the count to Callie. As that's a line shot. Center field ranging over but making the play is Karsten Mangan, as Mangan covered a lot of space out there and was able to get that line shot. Excellent play out in center field by Mangan. That'll bring up Preston Ardolino. Ardolino 1 for 2 on the day. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st, was picked off first. He reached on a single in the 3rd and was caught stealing. And that's a ground ball foul on the 3rd base side for Preston. No balls and a strike for Ardolino, as Moody has been tremendous out there. Pitching around traffic early in the game. He's gotten the Highlanders here in the late innings quite effectively. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. 1 away here. Mustangs leading by a run. That's a hot shot. Third base side gets past the attempt of right. Ardolino on with his second single down the left field line of the day. That will bring up Robbie Larkin. Larkin 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out to end the first. And he reached on an error back in the fourth, but was picked off of first. Highlanders down by a run, 1 away. They have a runner at first. Tying run now on base. As Larkin squares around, he bunts that foul. No balls and a strike now to Robbie Larkin. Colin Bourne waits on deck. Today's starting pitcher for the Highlanders. Would love the opportunity to help his own cause. Ardolino dives back. You see Moody taking advantage of that early throw over as the Highlanders are getting the initial lead. He's gotten 2 pickoffs today. That's a hot shot here, left side of the infield. Gigas with a nice play gets the lead runner. Heady play there by Alexander Gigas as he gets the lead runner out at second. Robbie Larkin will be at first after the fielder's choice. That'll bring up Colin Bourne. Highlanders opportunities slipping away. It's Robbie Larkin back in time. He was picked up back in the 4th inning. Led off, getting on by virtue of an error. Kind of fell asleep at first and was picked off. Story of the game for the Highlanders. Opportunities have been out there. Swing and a miss by Bourne for strike 1. Opportunities have been out there for the Highlanders. They just haven't been able to cash them in. They've shot themselves in the foot on the base paths as ghosts of the past come back. Moody pitches a ball. Larkin safe in at second. Great throw down by D'Orazio, but not able to get Larkin as he gets the stolen base. So now the Highlanders have the tying run in scoring position. Count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike to Colin Bourne. As Moody checks the runner, ground ball, third base, gets by right, and Larkin is looking to score the tying run. As he slides in, he'll be safe, and the Highlanders have tied this up. As that ball got through right at third base, Bourne stands at second. Larkin came in to score. Highlanders have tied it up 1-1, 2 away here, bottom of the 6th. Max Barish comes up with the opportunity to give them the lead as Bourne is in scoring position. Barish first pitch swinging, gets it to Gigas. Gigas to first, and that will do it for the Highlanders, but not until they get one across. As they tie this one up, we move to the 7th inning, tied up at 1s here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here on Somerville Ed TV. Crunch time here at Trum Field as we move to the 7th inning. Colin Bourne still on the mound for the Highlanders. He will face off against numbers 6, 7, and 8, Wright, Slowey, and D'Orazio. As John Wright steps in, he's lined out to the shortstop. Ardolino twice. This time it's a line shot out into right field. Noah Brown will come around and get it, but John Wright leads off with the single. So Medford has the go-ahead run on here in the top of the 7th. Ryan Slowey will come to the plate. Slowey 1 for 2 on the day. He singled back in the 5th, was caught stealing home on a squeeze attempt. He also struck out back in the second. So John Wright stands at first. He represents the go-ahead run for the Mustangs here in the seventh. As Bourne fires it over. Right back in time. And Slowey will bunt that one down the first base line. Larkin will field it, fire it to Bourne, and they get the out. But John Wright moves into scoring position on the sack. On the sacrifice bunt, John Wright has moved to second base, so Medford has the go-ahead run in scoring position as Joe D'Orazio steps in. D'Orazio has lined out to short and grounded out to short today. First offering to D'Orazio, fastball, catches the inside corner for strike one. Medford got their run back in the fourth inning. Highlanders forced one across in the bottom of the sixth. We are tied at 1 in the seventh inning. One away, go-ahead run for Medford stands at second. As that pitch left up high and outside, 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to D'Orazio. John Wright at second has been pinch run for, I should say. Let me find out who is pinch running for John Wright out there, as that pitch was a ball. Michael Mirando is at second. 2-1 offering. Left that one a little bit outside. 3 balls and a strike now to D'Orazio. As Mirando stands at second, he's the pinch runner for Wright. Fastball in there, called strike. He makes the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to D'Orazio. One away here. Go ahead run at second. Full count offering from Bourne. And D'Orazio will foul that back into the screen. Will reload and do it again. Bourne now getting close to 90 pitches on the day. 3-2 offering here. Go ahead run at second, 1 away here. Top of the seventh. As that pitch down low, ball 4. And the runner is caught off, and he's out. As Mirando got caught off of second base and is picked off, so the Mustangs no longer have a runner in scoring position. The go-ahead run now stands at first, 2 away. And Michael Piccolo stands in. He singled back in the 5th, was left stranded at first. Fastball, fly ball, right field. Noah Brown ranging over, makes the play, and that will do it for the Mustang threat in the 7th. Highlanders have the chance to win it in the bottom of the inning. We're tied at 1s here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field on Somerville Ed TV. We move to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Highlanders and Mustangs tied at 1. It will be the bottom third of the Highlander order coming up. Noah Brown, Dan Griffin, and Tom Griffin facing off against Travers Moody. Moody has been tremendous on the mound. The Highlanders forced a run across in the top of the 6th. That was an unearned run. Moody still out here looking to finish things off, at least regulation-wise, as Brown fouls that off on the third base side. Remind you of the stakes of the game. A Medford win will keep them in the GBL championship chase. It will also even up their overall record at 500, 6-6. Swing and a miss there by Noah Brown. He's down 1 ball, 2 strikes. And of course, the stakes for the Highlanders, a win today will get them into the playoffs with their 10th victory and help to solidify themselves in first place of the GBL. As Moody's fastball left up high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Noah Brown. Brown 1 for 2 on the day. He singled and was left stranded in the second. Struck out to open the 5th. Swing and barely fouled there by Noah Brown. Thinking about where the pitch count is on Travers Moody. He's right around 80 pitches right now. He has been very, very efficient today. Brown, shortstop hole. The Highlanders have the leadoff man on as Noah Brown gets his 2nd hit of the day into left field. 2 singles for Brown, 2 for 3 on the day, and he represents the winning run for the Highlanders. That'll bring up Danny Griffin. Highlander second baseman is 1 for 2 on the day. I'm sorry, 0 for 1 on the day. Walked back in the second, was stranded at first. Brown back easily. Moody has been very effective with that early pickoff throw. As Noah Brown leads away first. Moody again fires over. Brown back in plenty of time. Highlanders looking for their 10th win of the season, solidifying themselves a playoff spot in Division II. And the bunt is laid down by Danny Griffin. A nice bunt down the first baseline. Sacrifice as Pucci will take it unassisted. That will advance Noah Brown to second on the sacrifice. Bringing up Tom Griffin and strike that. We're going to get ourselves a little bit of Graham Ross. As Graham Ross will come in to pinch hit here for the Highlanders. There was timeout on the field, I believe. I was looking down, writing down Graham Ross's name. There's a timeout on the field because, of course, they've got to change the lineup for Graham Ross coming in to pinch hit for Tom Griffin. Ross coming back from a planned medical procedure, his first action back after that. So Ross has the opportunity here to give the Highlanders the win with a base hit. He's got the winning run in scoring position at second. That's Noah Brown. 1 away here. Moody. Ground ball by Ross, fielded well by Wright at third. He looks back, the runner fires across, and that will be the 2nd out of the inning. Nice play there by Wright at third. That will bring Ian Bourne up, and that will send Ian Bourne to first base on the intentional walk. So the Highlanders now runners on first and second, 2 away here. Noah Brown represents the winning run. Tucker Calley will step in. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He was hit by a pitch back in the first, stranded at second base. He's lined out to, grounded out, I should say, to short and flew out a really well hit ball to center field. That's a ground ball shortstop fielded by Marino. He'll toss it to second, and that will do it, as we will have extras here at Trum Field. Tied up at 1s, we go to the 8th inning. Medford versus Somerville. Could it be anything other than that here on Somerville Ed TV? We are back here on Somerville Ed TV. A little free baseball for you here on Somerville Ed TV as we move to the 8th inning. Mustangs versus the Highlanders, and we have a pitching change as the Highlanders will bring in Noah Brown to spell Colin Bourne. Bourne moves to first base. Ian Bourne moves out to right field, and Noah Brown moves in from right field to the mound. He will face off against the top of the order as Marino steps in. Strike 1 there to Marino. It's Marino, Mangren, and Geogas. As Marino hits that one to short, fielded by Ardolino, fires across and gets him. That'll bring up Karsten Mangan. Mangan 0 for 3 on the day, but he scored the lone Medford run back in the fourth as he reached on an error on third baseman Tucker Calley and came around to score the lone run of the game for Medford back there. That pitch fouled out of play, up over our heads for strike one. Closed the book on Colin Bourne. He went 7, struck out 3, walked 3 as that pitch fouled back into the screen. No balls, 2 strikes now the count to Mangan. He allowed 4 hits, 1 run. That was unearned, and he did hit a batter. No decision today for Colin. Very good outing for Colin against a very tough Medford team. As Brown fires that one into Mangan. That one hit up off the screen. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Mustangs have seen Brown this season. Brown came in relief of Ian Bourne back when these two teams faced on April 10th on a rainy night in Melrose. Timeout granted to Mangan. 0-2 delivery. It's a chopper towards third. Calley charging in, has to reset himself. And Bourne called off the base by the umpire. That was a bad call, I will clearly state. His foot was on the bag and he came off the bag slightly after making the catch. But we can rewind that and check it out yourself at home and see whether I'm wrong. But runner at first for the Mustangs is Mangan. Giagas will come up. He is 0 for 1 on the day. He's walked twice. He's reached base all 3 times he's been up. He's also played a very, very strong defensive second base today. Brown fires that one in up high for strike one, or ball one, I should say. Normally, I'm not that certain about plays, but I actually had the better angle from the umpire as he equals it out. 1 ball, 1 strike to Giagas. Lombardo waits on deck. He is due. He is 0 for 2 on the day. And he is the best offensive player they have as Larkin couldn't backhand the wild pitch from Brown. And now the go-ahead run is in scoring position with 1 out here in the top half of the 8th inning. So Mangan stands at second after the wild pitch. That one fouled back into the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes, now the count to Giagas. Tying run stands in scoring position for the Mustangs. That's a hot shot handled by Colin Bourne. What a play, great hand-eye right there from Bourne as he gets it 3 unassisted. Runner did advance to third, but Bourne saves a run there as he pokes that one out of the air. As Giagas goes down 3 unassisted, that brings up John Lombardo. Lombardo 0 for 2 on the day. He struck out in the 4th. He flew out to right in the 6th, and he was hit by a pitch and stranded at second back in the 2nd inning. As Brown's first offering is outside ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, now the count to John Lombardo. Karsten Mangan stands at third. He represents the go-ahead run as that is in there for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Lombardo. Noah Brown on the mound for the Highlanders, brought in relief of Colin Bourne. First inning of work for him. As that one down low, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count to Lombardo. Mangan is the go-ahead run. He's 90 feet away, 2 away here, top half of the 8th, as we've got extras here at Trum. Fastball called, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lombardo didn't like it. 2 away here, top of the 8th. Highlanders want to leave. Mangan stranded at third. As Brown will kick and deliver the 2-2 offering to Lombardo. That one fouled out towards Broadway. Count remains 2-2. Medford looking to get their overall record to 500 and stay in the GBL chases. That's a chopper towards third. Callie makes the play, but it's foul. Two count. Go ahead at third. Lombardo, the Mustangs' best offensive player, at the plate. This one popped up here first base side. It's going to get out of play as well. Lombardo staying alive. 8th pitch of this at-bat. 2-2 is the count. Fastball charged out into left field. It's going way back there. Barish got turned around, couldn't make the play. Go-ahead run is in. Lombardo stands at second with the go-ahead RBI double for the Mustangs. As Mangan scores his second run of the game. Second run for the Mustangs today. That'll bring up Rocco Pucci. Pucci is 1 for 3 on the day. He got an RBI single, the first run of the game for the Mustangs. That's a fly ball down foul, just beyond the third base bag. No balls, 1 strike. Now the count to Pucci. Mangan got on with an infield single, was able to get around and score on that double by Lombardo. Mustangs lead 2-1 now. Lombardo stands at second. Brown to Pucci, that one left up high. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Pucci. Fastball from Brown down low. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike to Pucci. Highlanders will have the heart of the order. Numbers 3, 4, and 5 coming up. Pucci lines this into center field. It's going to get down in front of Griffin. Griffin shows a great arm as he is toast at home. What an arm from center field by Tommy Griffin as he mows down Lombardo, but not before the Mustangs could take the 2-1 lead. We go to the bottom half of the 8th. The heart of the order's got some work to do for the Highlanders. We are back here at Trum Field, bottom half of the 8th inning. Highlanders trailing by a run. The ace of the Medford staff has been brought in relief of Travers Moody. Moody got the start, went 7 innings. I'll have a book closing number on him momentarily, but John Wright is on the mound. Wright is without a doubt the best pitcher on Medford's staff as he faces off against Preston Ardolino, leading off here in the bottom of the 8th. Highlanders down by a run. First offering is a ball from Wright. Wright with a 1.08 earned run average. Ardolino cranks this one down the left field line. It's gonna bend foul though. That'll even the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Karsten Mangan, the center fielder for the Mustangs, scored both runs for them as they lead 2-1. Ardolino line shot into the gap. It's going to roll all the way out there, and Ardolino is heading towards second. Good throw by Mangan, but Ardolino is in safely with the lead-off double, and the Highlanders ain't dead yet. Good hard contact there by Ardolino, as he now has 3 hits on the day. That brings up Robbie Larkin. Larkin 0 for 3 on the day. Now the tying run is in scoring position, as Wright looks in for his signal. Larkin squared around, pulled the bat back. Ball 1. David Crohan has come in at third base where Wright was playing defensively. As they charge in, they throw to second, trying to pick off Ardolino. Nothing doing there. As Wright looks in. Nobody out here. Highlanders down by a run, 2-1. Tying run at second. Larkin puts down the bunt. Wright fields it. Ardolino is safe at third on the sacrifice. Highlanders have the tying run 90 feet away. As Preston Ardolino led off the inning with a double. Colin Bourne, the Highlander starter today, he got the RBI back in the 6th. Looking to tie this game up as Ardolino stands at third with 1 away. The infield pulled in now. And Bourne pops this one up. Ranging back is Marino, and he will make the play. Turns around quickly, and the Highlanders 1 out away from their second GBL loss of the year. Medford looking to salvage a tie of the season series and keep themselves in the GBL chase, as well as get back to 500. Max Barish steps in for the Highlanders, 0-3 on the day. Ardolino still at third, represents the tying run. Pitch to Barish down low, ball 1. Wright looks for his sign, fires it in. That's handled by D'Orazio as he was able to keep it in front of him. Lost it for just a second, but it really didn't get far away. Ardolino couldn't take the chance there. Pitch was called a strike. I thought it was 2 balls. 2 balls is the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Or 2 balls, no strikes, I mean. Pitch by Wright, down low, ball 3. 3-0 now the count, to Barish. Noah Brown waits on deck. He's 2 for 3 on the day. Highlanders have the tying run at third, 2 away, down to their last out. 3-0 offering to Barish is in there for a called strike from Wright. Medford's got their best pitcher on the mound, John Wright, carrying a 1.08 earned run average, looking to close this game down. 3-1 offering to Barish. That one's down low, ball 4. Highlanders will have runners on the corners as Noah Brown comes to the plate. Brown, as I noted, 2 for 3 on the day, 2 singles into left field, struck out in his other plate appearance. Highlanders have the tying run at third, the winning run at first. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, Medford was able to scratch a run across in the top half of this inning to take the lead. Ardolino's at third, Barish at first. Pitch is in the dirt. Good job by D'Orazio. So he was able to knock that one down, didn't let it get by him. Ball 1 to Brown. Highlanders not going quietly into the good night. Even though the Medford ace is on the mound looking to close it down, they have the tying run at third. 2 away here. Noah Brown at the plate. That pitch is in there for a called strike on the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, now the count to Brown. That's a line shot out into left field, and that will tie the game up as Noah Brown comes through with his 3rd hit and his first RBI of the game. Brown has been a machine to left field today. 3 for 4 on the day, 3 singles to left field, That brings up Dan Griffin. Highlanders now have the winning run in scoring position. That would be Barish at second. Wright's offering up high, ball 1 to Danny Griffin. Griffin 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out back in the 5th. His 3 plate appearances was a sacrifice back in the 7th and a walk back in the 2nd. So Wright steps off. Highlanders have tied this one up with the RBI single by Noah Brown. Scoring Preston Ardolino. Wright leaves that up high. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Danny Griffin. Wright brought on in relief here in the 8th to close it down. The ace of the Medford staff. Travers Moody pitched tremendously for 7 innings. So that pitch catches the lower portion of the strike zone for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike to Danny Griffin. It's 2 away here. Bottom of the 8th, the Highlanders have tied it up, and they have the winning run at second. That's a pop-up on the infield. Wright calling for it, and Wright will squeeze it. But not before the Highlanders are able to tie this one up 2-2. We are going to keep playing some more free baseball here at Trum on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here at Trum Field on Somerville Ed TV. More free baseball as Medford got a run in the top of the 8th. Highlanders answered back with a run in the bottom of the 8th, so we move to the 9th. Noah Brown still on the mound for the Highlanders as he throws that one in for a called strike to John Wright. Wright has taken over on the mound for the Mustangs as he moved in from third base. That's a pop-up for Wright, right over towards us. It's going to get just out of play. Wright falls behind 0-2. Wright 1 for 3 on the day. He singled and was picked off back in the 7th. Pitch by Brown, grounded towards short. Ardolino pulls it, fires it, gets it. 1 away here, top half of the 9th inning. Colin Bourne was the starting pitcher for the Highlanders. He went 7 innings, allowing 1 run. That was unearned. Striking out 3, walking 3. Noah Brown came in relief in the 8th. Allowed a run on 3 hits, left 1 Mustang stranded. So he's back out for his 2nd inning of work. Ryan Slowey at the plate. As Slowey fouls that one into the screen. Slowey 1 for 2 on the day with a sacrifice bunt. Singled back in the 5th, was caught stealing home. Curveball there by Brown, too low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count to Slowey. It's a fastball lined out into right field. Slowey with his 2nd hit of the day. 2 singles for Slowey. Slowey has some speed. Don't let that name fool you. Highlanders need to be concerned as he represents the go-ahead run with only one away. Joe D'Orazio will come to the plate. D'Orazio singled and was stranded left stranded at first back in the 7th. That swung on and fouled back. Medford has the tying run at first with one away here, top of the 9th inning. D'Orazio pops this one up left field. Hits that one off the light pole out there, foul. Curveball by Brown, lifted out into left field. Settling underneath it is Max Barish, and he makes the play. That's 2 away. Brings up Michael Piccolo. Piccolo is 1 for 3 on the day. He singled back in the 5th, was left stranded at first. Flew out to right back in the 7th. That's a soft liner by Piccolo. Ardolino easily able to pick that one, and that will do it for the Mustangs here in the top half of the 9th. We're tied at 2s. We go for more free baseball in the bottom of the 9th. Highlanders coming up here on Somerville Ed TV. We are back here on Somerville Ed TV, tied up 2-2. We move to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Highlanders will have numbers 9, 1, and 2. Tommy Griffin followed by Ian Bourne and Tucker Calley. Facing off against John Wright. Medford ace brought in relief to lock things down. Did allow a run last inning as Preston Ardolino led off with a double and came around to score on the RBI single by Noah Brown. That's how we got to our 2-2 score. Pitch down in the dirt to Griffin. Griffin now ahead 2-0. Wright seeming to struggle a bit with his control. His last outing was against Revere. He got a complete game victory against Revere in a double header last Wednesday. This being Monday, he's had plenty of rest. Pitch is inside, ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Now the count to Tom Griffin. Griffin walked back in the 5th. He was out at second on a fielder's choice. That pitch is in there for a called strike. 3 balls and a strike now to Griffin. Highlanders would love to get a little traffic on the base paths. Ian Bourne waits on deck as the Highlanders are going to turn over the lineup here. 3-1 offering from Wright. It's going to be outside and low. Tommy Griffin able to work the walk. Highlanders have the winning run at first. As lefty Ian Bourne steps in. Bourne was intentionally walked back in the 7th, singled in the 1st. Throw over. Griffin back easily. Bourne, one of the best offensive players in the GBL. Curveball from Wright, catches the outside for strike 1. Wright starting Bourne off with some off speed. Wright fires over, Griffin back in time. Griffin represents the winning run. Nobody out here for the Highlanders. Ian Bourne at the plate. Griffin away from first. And D'Orazio unable to field that cleanly. That pitch was down in the dirt. He backhanded it and just wasn't able to get the throw down 2 seconds. So the Highlanders now have the winning run in scoring position as Griffin stands at second with the stolen base. 1-1 is your count to Bourne. Wright will check it, Griffin. Bourne charges this one into right center field. Going over, trying to get to it is going to be Mangan, and he won't. Around third is Griffin. He comes across to score, and on the RBI double, Ian Bourne has won this one for the Highlanders. They are going to the playoffs this year with their 10th victory of the year already, 14 games or 13 games into the season. A tremendous game of baseball here at Trum Field as the Highlanders walk it off with the double by Ian Bourne, scoring Tommy Griffin. Highlanders sweep the Mustangs this season in the season series, winning the first game 3-1, winning this one 3-2. Highlanders move their record to an overall of 10-3. They are going to the playoffs, and they are only 13 games into the season. 8-1 in the GBL, still in first place. They solidify their place there. Medford dropping to 5-7 overall, 5-4 in the GBL. A heck of a game today. Noah Brown will take the win for the Highlanders, working the 8th and 9th innings. Game-winning RBI goes to Ian Bourne. Game-winning run goes to Tommy Griffin. And that will do it for us here from Trum as the Highlanders are playoff bound this season. Thank you very much for watching at home. Thank you very much, Joe Constantino production, Bill Trudell on camera. I am Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Baseball on Somerville Ed TV.